Hello, chat. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to another Ninja Gato show. Hello, Namori. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We got another interview for you guys today. Today we are interviewing a pretty badass game developer and Twitch streamer. What's up, BG Electron? What's up, Namori? His name is Morrango. So,
how you doing, everyone?
What's going on? So, without further ado, I'm gonna lower the music and take it off repeat. Gato and Morrango, and boom! Check it out, Gatos. I am hanging out with Morrango. This is pretty cool. We're in my broadcast studio. He's actually sitting on my couch, and we're having an interview. What's going on? Alright, so first off, let me go ahead and give you a shout out, Morrango. And then after that, I will pin your channel to my title. So exclamation point SO at Morrango. Okay, so with my shout out overlay, it's going to play a random clip. And this is why I love it. It's
Man, it's going to be random.
It is 100% random. So you're going to have to explain the context of what we're seeing, like what it was and what the clip was, and give us more context. So here we go. It's like roulette.
This is going to be good.
This is going to be good. All right, here we go.
Oh, easy Fortnite, but...
Fortnite? What? Yeah. You streamed Fortnite?
Yeah. I'm actually a Fortnite creator.
Creator? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, /pin.
We'll talk about that later.
Alright. /pin, and I'm going to say is check out Morrango at, and then semicolon, and then here. And I'm pinning this to the channel manually until end of stream. There we go. So you're both in the title, you're pinned. No one's going to be confused on where to find you. That's good. That's good. Let me go over here real quick. Okay. So, we usually start with the name. How did you come up?
Interesting story.
Interesting story. How did you come up with Morrango? What is that? I'm so confused. That's not a word that exists in the dictionary. So, can you explain?
Actually, it does, but it's a Portuguese dictionary.
Oh,
it's Portuguese for strawberry.
Oh, you're a strawberry. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Technically, you're a strawberry. Okay.
But there's a bigger story than that.
Okay.
I created this online persona to infiltrate a Brazilian guild on an MMO.
A Brazilian guild on an MMO. Which MMO was that?
Fliff, Fly for Fun. It's the cheesiest, oldest game, but I played on the PvP server, so it was fun.
Okay, so you created an online persona just to try to infiltrate a guild.
Yeah, because they would power level each other, and they were the fastest levelers on the server. So I developed a little dictionary of Portuguese gaming phrases. Mm-hmm. Basically, I would ask, what was I doing? Basically, I was just copying people's responses. I would know a couple phrases, and then I would just write down what people would respond to it.
Really?
And I had a little dictionary of, but eventually they found out I couldn't speak Portuguese, and I got thrown out.
Okay, so you literally went down the route of Portuguese, and you've never spoke Portuguese in your life before.
Never.
And
so if I didn't know what to say, I'd said maybe next Saturday, and I'd run away.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you when you started this venture?
early 20s.
Early 20s.
I
Okay.
Yeah, I basically me and like 6 other people all joined the game at the same time
Mm-hmm.
with the sole purpose to PvP as a group.
Ah.
And when we got there, we found out that everyone was more about leveling than actual PvP. So we would just go as a group to the actual grind spot and just ruin everyone's leveling. And it was hardcore. You drop items and stuff. So it was fun.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. And what was the name of the game again?
Fly for fun.
Fly for fun. Fly for
Yeah,
fun.
Fliff.
Fliff.
It's still active. You can play it in your browser. They have a mobile version. This game is, if you want to learn how to do any kind of microtransactions,
Mm-hmm.
this game's got it covered. It's been around forever. It's a Gala
Really?
Games. So Gala Games, they already got their own crypto coin and everything.
What? This goes down to crypto? What?
Yeah.
Okay. What does one of those coins go for these days?
A Gala coin. Let me look it up.
That would be interesting to know. See how popular, if it is. Like, is Galacoin more valuable just because of the name, or is it more valuable because of the game? Like, can you do stuff with that coin in the game?
Yeah, they got an ecosystem between all their games, and they also have separate coins for separate games. And they will sell you a mining server so you can host a server and mine at the same time. Like they got it all integrated into their stuff. $638 million value cap, market cap.
Okay.
I don't know what individual one is. Oh, 2 cents.
2 cents.
2 cents.
2 cents will buy you a Galacoin.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
But you think about how much gold is in video games, and if they're all 2 cents a piece.
Yeah, that's actually kind of impressive, actually. Because, yeah, you could buy 1,000 coins, and it's like, what, like
$12.
Yeah, a couple bucks. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Tell us about your. Let's talk about your rig. Your VTuber rig.
My computer. Oh, okay.
Let's talk about. Well, first, let's talk about. Yeah, let's do hardware first, and then we'll do software, and go from there. So, what are you using to be a VTuber?
For being a VTuber, just a PC and a mic.
Mm-hmm.
My PC's not the greatest. It's a quad core, but I have a good graphics card. I got a 3060. It's not the greatest, but it's good enough.
3060. Okay. How much RAM you working with?
32. Pretty much. I got an old motherboard that's maxed out, so I got the 32 gigs of RAM. To the best PC CPU I can get, but
okay, so your rig's a little bit older, but
yeah, real old.
It's with the 3060, you're not doing too bad. You have more.
That's all right.
Yeah, you're doing more. You got more GPU power than I do. That's good. Okay, and then let's talk about software to run your VTuber. What are you using?
Well, usually I create my environment in Unreal, and I package it out and run it as a program on the side, and that's about it. My mouth is all run through audio, so
it's procedurally generated
audio. Yeah.
Wow. So you
and the blend spaces I made with bone transforms, so it's all scuffed.
No, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good for not being facial capture or AR kit. Like, this is procedurally generated. So not even like your eyes. Your brows? Do they move on their own?
They have bones. I just don't have anything programmed into them. On in my actual world, they do blink.
They do blink. And do you
Yeah.
control them, or do they just blink randomly?
Yeah, it's like a random blink every 4 seconds.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, your VTubing rig isn't too intense, is what it sounds like. Now, are you always
Not really. And it kind of helps me develop games because I can't really push it. You know what I'm saying? I can't just abuse the system and just create garbage because my system can run it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be conscious of my resources when I'm making stuff.
How they just stare. Yeah, your eyes do stare. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Okay. Well, so it's just you packaged your own game, so technically you are VTubing with your own video game right
Yeah. So, it's kind of like yours. But you just run. You're probably running yours in Engine,
now.
correct?
Yeah, I'm running an engine. Yep.
Yeah. Because my system can't handle OBS and like running a game at the same time as Unreal Engine, I have to package my games out. It saves me a lot of resources.
Maybe I should consider that because sometimes I do Unreal and a game at the same time, and it gets. I can hear my fans kick on the high on my PC or my little laptop here.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. Okay. Okay.
And that's I had. So this is just my streaming avatar. Like I would use this one if I was playing Fortnite. I would adjust the head. But
Okay.
occasionally I'll do a I don't know what I call them, like mini nightclub rave things. I got the whole city scene with a subway. I got my little hideout. I got a car. People could do graffiti on the wall using chat emotes and stuff. And then usually I just go play music, and I have a little club with lights, and people can spawn in as dancers and stuff.
What?
Hang out there for a couple hours, and end the stream afterwards.
Okay, so you're not always a floating head. It sounds like you have your own interactive world that sometimes you stream as, and just inside that world alone. And do raves
No,
and stuff?
I have I have a virtual sidekick that I made. Her name's Cherry.
Cherry?
And yeah. So it's all rigged up kind of like Code Miko, but I coded it myself running through OpenAI, where it captures my mic, it converts it to text, it sends it to OpenAI. OpenAI responds. I send that to text to speech, and then I have the other character's mouth animated from the text to speech.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
And I got
cool.
the chat bubbles pop up at the bottom.
And
so it's like an AI assistant, but I prompted it to be it responds like a streamer would. Like it knows it's on stream and stuff.
wow, so you have your own interactive AI chatbot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool in your world.
It's just hard for me to stream like my resources and stuff. Like my computer's not the greatest, so like a lot of times my stream will start struggling. The frame rate doesn't look the best.
I know how that goes. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that, how much of a delay do you experience between, the AI getting a message and responding? Like,
mine's not that bad.
Okay.
It's probably less than a second, maybe not more than a second.
That's pretty good.
Because that's another reason why. Well, you got the delay between the text to speech. So I got a chat bubble that pops up, and it will go letter by letter, and it'll spell out the words, and that gives you enough delay. But by the time it's done filling out the chat bubble, it's got the response.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All
Yeah,
right.
because I've seen some where the delay just breaks the whole experience.
Mm.
And I kind of want to change my whole setup, and I want to allow chat to be characters in the scene, and I
Oh,
want to allow chat to use TTS because I think chat would be more funny than the actual AI.
actually, you could have both. You could have both if your PC can handle it.
Yeah, it probably could.
That's pretty cool. All right. I'm looking at your model, or I'm looking at you at the screen. And did you make the model? The strawberry?
Uh, the strawberry head.
Yeah.
Um, It's a modified model,
Okay.
so it's a base model that was modified. I won't say where I got it from though.
It looks a little bit. Can I say
It probably
fabric?
does look familiar. What?
It looks a little
Oh,
bit.
the fat.
The fabric. It looks like it was like a fabric type of material.
Yeah, the texture is actually it's just a generic texture I got off the internet.
Oh. Okay.
It is probably like a knitted cloth because I'm supposed to be a fruit ninja, so it's kind of like a cloth mask.
Mm.
And I made the character around Halloween, so I was like, if I wanted to be a Halloween costume, I could just wear a green suit and put on a red ski mask.
Wow. Another ninja. Yes,
Yeah.
technically he is another ninja. Except a fruit ninja. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, okay.
Okay, so I switch my worlds and my scenes. I finally going to stick with the strawberry thing, but I used to change my avatar every month, whenever I felt like it. I streamed as a Grim Reaper for a while. I streamed as a monkey for a bit, a dragon. Um, each time I make its own world, you know. So when I first started the Fruit Ninja one, I had the whole Asian scene. I had a sword, and I was fighting the citrus sorcerers. And there's basically wizard guys with lemon heads, and I could cut their heads in half and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
As you see my list of stuff that I gave you, I just make stuff and
For fun.
put it out there. Yeah.
Just stream it up and make it. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Speaking of dreaming stuff and making it, can you tell us about your journey into game development? What inspired you, and how did you get started?
Well, it all started with Quake 3. Well, actually, it probably started with Unreal Tournament. I was playing Unreal Tournament. I had a LAN set up at my house, so we could play network multiplayer matches at home. And I had Matrix mods. So I had a Matrix City, Matrix abilities where you could run up walls, you could do bullet time, you could, freeze in the air and stuff like that. So it was a Matrix mod LAN party thing going on all the time. And that's where I got into the modding scene. And then I started getting into the Quake 3 modding because the tools were more available to me than the Unreal ones. And there's more documentation for me, and it was easier for me to learn. And I found so at the time, there were two big Quake 3 mods going on. One was Team Fortress, and the other one was Bid for Power, which is a Dragon Ball Z mod. And I started working on the Dragon Ball Z mod, and eventually Funimation shut us down.
Oh, okay. But that was the same time as the Team Fortress mod, which eventually became its own standalone game, right?
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
What?
Once they switched to the Valve engine.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. And you're saying documentation and learning it. Did you go to school for programming and stuff, or this is just all stuff you've learned on your own?
I learned it all online. Most like I went to school for hardware repair and like I was running network cables through CLNs and hooking up routers and stuff like that
Mhm.
in hardware repair. So software and stuff like that. Um, like I didn't really do any programming. I knew basic and stuff like that, but most of the stuff I did was like batch scripts for like setups and just debugging computers and stuff.
Wow. So you literally were like, "Hey, I'm so into Quake and my other game that I want to make mods for it," and you just went down that rabbit hole of finding documentation and learning on your own.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, dude. That's pretty crazy. And you just kept at it, and you just kept at it to the point to where you eventually were able to make your own games.
Well, it's kind of the it's because of the perspective. I see computers as a tool
Mm-hmm.
to create things,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like computers are used to create just about everything.
Yes.
Um, that's their real purpose. Or besides communication, right? So the purpose of computer is communication and to create things. And I choose not to consume a lot of media and stuff. So I'd rather
Wow.
create things. If I'm going to use a computer, I'm going to use it for what it was intended for.
Yeah, you're not gonna stream Netflix all day or anything like that. You're just gonna go whole hog into learning and keeping it going. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it probably started with music. So at some point, I was like, I could make my own music. Why would I spend money on music? You
Mm.
know, start making your own music. And I never burned any CDs of it because I was like, if I can make music, why would I record it? I don't know. It's kind of like my game stuff. I kind of just make it, put it out. People like it. It's good. I'll move on to the next thing.
Now, what? That's crazy. Uh, well, I consider you like a legit game dev because you release your own game files and do stuff.
Yeah, I don't know who started that rumor.
I guess you could blame this cat. I've been calling you a game
No,
dev.
I blame the other cat.
The other cat?
Yeah, they know who they are.
The other cat? Would that be Nikoji, aka Koji? uh,
That song with a 19-letter name.
19-letter name. Oh, that one. That one. I know who you're talking about. That's pretty crazy.
Nah, it's an inside joke, I guess.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So, and this is all for fun. You don't do this for for your day job?
No, I'm actually unemployed bum.
Oh wow. So
Yeah,
you
kind of
just
sucks.
kind of sucks. So you did networking stuff before, and then you've been now that you have more time, you've been idle time. You've it's actually 21 letters. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Namori. Thank you. Um, well, I still think you're a game dev. I'm gonna call you a game dev as well.
Yeah, I'm working on it. So here's the thing. It's like I
Okay.
come to Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
I meet all these people who were ex game devs, and all they do is talk about how much they hated working for their company and how much it sucks working for corporate game development when you could just be working on your own.
Your own.
Because most of the devs that I meet on Twitch have either left the studio or, finished up a project at a studio. They're just not happy when they could be working on something that they really enjoy.
They're passionate about. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's like I don't see myself working in that type of atmosphere. Because a lot of the time it's like a lot of the problems just shouldn't even be a problem, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So it just sounds like there's a lot of meetings and a lot of stuff not happening, and I just like to make stuff and get it done.
No, that's pretty awesome, dude. That's pretty awesome. I mean, like, Namori just said you did a great game for the Bonanza. That is true. You did do something pretty impressive with Bonanza. Um,
Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that game. It's definitely I want to I'd like to expand on it just because it plays well.
mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a basic thing though. So the way I do my programming is like I'm working with an engine. I work with it, not against it.
Hmm.
So if the engine doesn't have the feature, I don't try to create it myself, which I see a
Wow.
lot of people writing the code that already exists in the engine and trying to improve it and make it better themselves when they're just learning the engine.
That
So
sucks.
why would they assume that they can make it better?
True. True.
So my
Okay.
motto is work with the engine, not against it.
Hmm. Well, me and
So that
Unreal fight all the time.
yeah,
But
so
that's it's
that game's a basic shooter. So Unreal's made for shooters. It was no
yeah.
problem for me to make it, you know.
Hmm. Like, how long did that take you?
Like 3 weeks to a month.
3 weeks to a month. Okay. Okay.
Um, but it's because I didn't really have to search for the assets or anything. So basically, I have been collecting Unreal Marketplace assets since Unreal 4. So like all the
Wow.
free ones since
So you
Unreal
had
4.
so you got this huge library already.
Yeah, so I can make probably a complete. I've made a couple complete games just out of free assets.
Hmm.
Um, so that's where my limitations are. Like I'm purely a programmer. I don't make assets, but I know how to use them, and I know what assets I need to make a full game. Um, you know, you need a lot of animations, a lot of sounds, a lot of detail stuff that gets overlooked a lot.
That's crazy, dude. That's pretty cool. And welcome back, Smokescreen. That's pretty cool. And how long ago would you say you started this? You're saying you started this like during the Quake days, but like how many years would you say that equates to?
Let me find out. Um, so one of the links I don't know if I sent you the link to it, but one of the maps I made was hosted on File Planet.
I don't even
And
know File
yeah,
Planet. That came and
exactly.
went. That came and went, maybe.
Yeah, so it looks like File Planet started in 1996. So it was probably in 96 around then.
Damn, bro,
94, 96.
you've been home game developing since 1996. Holy cow, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Um,
I did send you a couple links to my Minecraft things, but they look kind of like you could they look like they're old.
that's okay. That's okay. We'll get to those. We'll get to those
Oh man.
in a
Yeah.
bit. We'll keep working on these questions. So, um, well, now that you've been a programmer since the '90s, or a dev programmer,
Everything's
uh,
been self-taught though, so it's kind
self-taught.
of so it's like I understand the concepts in the programming,
Hmm.
but I don't have the language of like so if I went to an office environment, we wouldn't be speaking the same language.
Hmm. A lot of game devs learn at 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 the office, and so I think
I
that's
don't know. I think a lot of people like to use big words to sound smart,
mhm.
but if you can explain something in simple terms, that means you understand it.
Yeah. If you can explain it simply, that means you understand it enough to that you understand it enough. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with it. But like the Pal World devs, like a lot of them have been touted as not having official game development experience, and
I thought it was not Unreal Engine development.
yeah, it
I'm
was
pretty
all
sure
done
their
on Unreal.
studio has released more than one game.
Hmm. Yep, run. when someone is using big words. True. True, smokescreen. True. Okay. Well, that kind of dovetails into my next question, which is, what are some of the challenges you've faced as a game dev? Like, I can imagine as being self-taught, there'd be a lot of challenges.
Yeah. I don't know, like specific challenges. The one thing I can say is I learned that going to tutorials on YouTube is the worst place to go.
Oh?
Yes. You're better off reading the documentation.
Really?
If you're gonna find any secret setting that's hidden somewhere, it's gonna be in the documentation. It's not gonna be on someone's YouTube video, and their YouTube video is gonna be dated. They're gonna cut it into 27 different segments just to get one tutorial done, so they get more viewage. Their priority is not to teach you. Their priority is to get you to come back and watch more videos.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I think,
and it's just I've wasted so much time going to tutorials. You're better off going to the documentation. Most of them have examples, and you'll be taught the correct way. That's one of the biggest difficulties I've had is just finding good information.
Yep. Yeah, my follow-up question.
A lot of people have opinions, and like it's I don't know. A lot of it's not based on fact.
Yep. So my follow-up questions was going to be, how do you overcome facing these challenges? And it sounds like your response would be, just read the documentation. And go with that.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to handle it.
The best way to handle it. Okay.
So for I don't know if people know what an API is, but it's the easiest way to learn a new language, because it's basically every function that is available to you in a list form, in a tree form. And you can just go through it like a folder, and you'll be like, oh, this command leads to this command. And you'll know everything you can do, and it's not that big. It's usually not that big.
Okay. I guess I'm a dumb cat. How would you explain Twitch's API to a dumb cat like me?
Well, Twitch's API is a little bit different. It's not. They don't actually give you the API list. So, like, if I go to a Java thing, or so Fortnite Verse, or the actual Unreal Engine, they have the actual API listed on a web page, and you could just click through. So I haven't found it for Twitch yet. I'm sure it's out there, but it seems like they broke it down into they put it in tables.
Okay.
And I'm more used to like the auto-generated one that just gets spit out by like they auto-generate it from the code, and it just is just links that go from one to the other and have a short description of what each function does. Twitch API. Speaking of Twitch API, do you know they have their own Unreal plugin?
I just heard about that. That they just that's a thing that's being talked about right now. So that like other games in Unreal,
it's 5.2.
Oh,
and it doesn't work.
Oh,
I can't get it to work.
I get it to work. Okay.
Nah, I tried it yesterday. I was like, why? So I got it to, I installed it and got it running, but for some reason it wasn't accepting my my OAuth code, my authority code.
Yeah. Smokescreen says Twitch API was made by high school kids.
It literally was.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It used to be called Justin TV. So I'm assuming his name was Justin.
Yep.
Yeah, so the API is definitely not ideal. It's definitely doing like it's a chat bot thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like an IRC chat running in the background.
Maybe. Um, Bro, it keeps issuing expired token when it feels like it. That's smokescreen. Probably smokescreen. That's probably what's going on with Morango's attempts. It issues an already expired API key.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So there's two different types. I think there's an app, and there's another one that doesn't. Like one of them has to go. There's two different types. One gives more authority to the app than the other one. It exposes more data. And I'm not sure if I'm using the right one. But anyways, that's Twitch Twitch stuff. We're still all using Tweetworks still.
Yeah.
But I want to get this other one to work because it has follows and other things. Polls.
Oh,
That'd be nice.
You could automate them or do something with your AI buddy. That'd be cool.
What having polls and stuff would work, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I really want to have the follower alerts because I like to make my own custom alerts and stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be helpful. That'd be helpful. So having to worry about using somebody else's that will break without any, with no reason.
Oh, that's yeah. Well, another thing I was gonna say is I like to. So it's Twitch. I would like to use Twitch's software. You know what I'm saying? Also, when I'm in Unreal, most of the plugins I use are Unreal Engine plugins. I avoid marketplace code plugins. That's another tip for everyone too, because most of that stuff is, like I said, something that someone else rewrote that already exists in the engine, or gonna be released in the next version of the engine, anyways. And then if you get tied into using a plugin and they don't update it for the next version of the engine, then you're stuck leaving your project on an older version.
That sucks. Yep.
Yeah, I've run into that a few times where a new version of Unreal comes out. Like I used to have a screen cap plugin that allowed me to stream and do everything in engine. But that never got updated, so that broke a lot of my stuff. So then I had to change my scene and stuff like that. So I try not to rely on too many plugins that aren't supported by Epic directly.
Okay, that makes sense.
I know a lot of people are making a living off of it and whatever, but you got to realize when you put out software like that it's going to need support for the lifetime of it.
Makes sense.
Like when we go to my Minecraft plugins, you can look at the chat, and it's nothing but, I mean, the comments. It's nothing but I need an update because Minecraft was always updating back then, and I constantly had to update every time Minecraft updated. So, when you release something like that, people are relying on it. You got to keep it up to date.
No, that makes sense.
It turns into a lot of work, so.
Yeah, Epic should start pulling outdated plugins. True, Smokescreen. True. Okay.
Well, some of the older ones are fine, but the ones that are marked for a newer version but don't work on that version should be removed.
That's true. That's just confusing. That's definitely just confusing. Yep, says Smokescreen. Yep. Can you tell us?
And everyone should know there's some new marketplace assets coming out the first Tuesday of the month. Was that
First Tuesday?
A couple days.
Nice. Yeah, I think we talked about that on my channel. That even if you're thinking about doing Unreal Engine, doing stuff in Unreal Engine, Go ahead and create your Epic account now and start adding those free marketplace assets every month. And so by the time you actually pull the trigger on doing any type of development, you've already got a full library of stuff you can play with, all for free.
And it's all very useful. A lot of it you can kind of look at the way it's structured, and it'll help you learn. If you know, some of them have a good structure. Actually, you'll see the if it's just an asset pack, you're usually just getting meshes, materials, and stuff like that. So I don't know. You'll see, but if you get like an animation pack, you will get, you get the mesh of the character, but you'll see the breakdown of the animations. Like here's a walk, here's a run. Maybe you'll have some strafes, and you'll see how they put the blend spaces together, and you can learn from that. You look at their animation blueprints, if they provided one. So I do a lot of reverse engineering to learn my code. I just basically look at other people's stuff.
That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty awesome.
And Unreal provides you with an example of every feature that they have in the engine. So that's the easiest way how to learn anything, really, is just looking at the example projects.
No, that's good. That's good. Speaking of, what are you currently working on?
I just finished a project yesterday.
Oh.
And it's uploaded and approved. I haven't hit the release to public yet. It's unlisted, so I can give out the code and people can play it. But I'm waiting until Thursday to get on the discovery list by Friday. And they don't update the discovery list over the weekend, so that will keep me on the front page for a couple days. So I just made a Fortnite map, which is a ski resort, but it's for snowboarding.
What?
So it's basically just it's an actual replication of Jackson Hole, Wyoming's ski mountain, made in Fortnite. I did a little custom code so you can just summon a snowboard wherever you are on the map. And you can, it's just, there's no competition. I made it so you get you get actual battle pass EXP for going up and down the mountain. You can buy lift tickets. You can rent a helicopter. You can play music. I got a bunch of music things set up. So it's just a chill Fortnite hangout spot for snowboarding. There's no game mode to it. It's just go there, listen to music, snowboard, get EXP.
That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool.
So did I think I sent you the Mega Softy slopes. I sent you a couple images and stuff.
Yeah, we'll pull that up. We'll pull that up in a little bit.
And I don't know if you have viewers who play Fortnite, and we could probably post the code for them if they want to check it out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I'll just get it. I'll put it in the chat. It's just it's like a phone number.
Okay. So they like go to redeem or something?
No, you can just go into Fortnite and you can type it in the search, and my map will pop up. But right now, like I said, it's unlisted, so only people with the link, with the number, can get into it.
That's pretty cool.
I will make it completely public. I just want to time it so I'm on the discovery list for the weekend.
Okay.
It's kind of like, getting YouTube videos set up ahead of time and then put a time released on them.
Yeah, so you're around in live when it happens. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because I have to get it approved by Fortnite before I can go live. So sometimes it takes, sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it takes a day.
Yep. All right. Can you share any insight into the development process?
My development process, Usually, it starts like it's basically everything because I don't have assets. I usually get inspired by new assets that I get.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what we get in a couple days from the marketplace. Maybe I'll make something new. um,
Was
yeah, I
that
don't know.
was the Wyoming originally something that came from the Unreal Marketplace, and then you like tweaked it and did things, or did you?
No, I used the terrain editor, the landscape editor in
Okay,
Unreal, and just sculpted it, and then used the spline to make all the trails. So
that's
it's
pretty cool.
actually got all the trails, all the lifts.
Wow, and you just like eyeballed it from like an actual
I
map.
I took the trail map from the internet, made it a decal, and overlaid it on the terrain.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So it's pretty much an exact
Pretty
match.
pretty accurate. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Um, okay. I think you touched on this already, but I think we can still talk about this. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on the current state of the gaming industry?
The game. Well, we didn't really get into the whole thoughts of the industry. So realistically, everyone's racing to make the metaverse.
True,
Everyone.
including Miko. Yep.
And the only one, and okay, she's relying on someone else's software.
Hmm.
And the only person I think will make the metaverse is Unreal Engine.
Yep.
That's why their new language is called Verse.
Oh.
And they've already made the metaverse. They've already made it. It's called Fortnite.
Really?
Everyone can argue that they haven't, but you tell me where every other superhero exists in the same world. And you can be any character you want in the same world and play any game you want and do anything you want multiplayer with all your friends.
And access via PC or mobile, right? Right.
Yeah, PC, mobile. You probably have it on, headsets soon. Because any Unreal Engine game can be run through a headset with a plugin now.
Okay.
So there is a plugin that changes any Unreal Engine game into VR.
Okay. And is that kind of how like Lego Fortnite you think will kind of leverage that thought process, or?
So the Lego Fortnite deal was a $2 billion deal.
Oh.
So I'm not sure which way it went, who invested in who.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did Lego invest in the Tencent or which either way? I think Lego, they're building their universe in the Fortnite engine.
Yep.
So if Lego's on board for $2 billion, and if they're announcing that it's going to be the language of the metaverse and that they're creating the metaverse, they wouldn't be announcing it if they haven't already calculated it and planned it.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal Engine 6 will have Verse in it.
Okay.
And the Fortnite engine and Unreal Engine will at one point be the same engine.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
And who would want to make a game that you publish, you put it out, and then you have to pay your own server hosting and you have to generate your own user base when you could just put it on Fortnite and already have a user base?
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, there'll be fragments of the Fortnite. Maybe there'll be different shards of it, but it will all be the same basic framework. So you'll use an Unreal Engine. You won't have to make a multiplayer game. They'll provide you with the server. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to need to make accounts, but that's going to monopolize it for them. But it's also their software. So
True. True. Interesting. And that also applies for Valo, right?
For what?
Valorant?
Valorant? Do they own Unreal? I mean, I thought they were on Valve Engine.
Oh, that's right. They're on, what should we call it? They're part of Riot. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Fortnite. Trying to think what other popular Unreal Engine games. Okay. Wow.
Well, I'm just they're structuring it so it won't break. Even though it's multiplayer, it's so verse coding is a functional language.
Okay.
And a lot of the variables are immutable, and it makes it robust, I guess. It makes it stable. So, like, developing in Fortnite is actually pretty easy. And you don't have to worry about too much of the multiplayer stuff. It's all incorporated already.
Interesting. Okay. So your thought on the industry is everybody's racing for the metaverse, except Unreal has already done it, and they just need to basically rebrand Fortnite and bring other people into it. That's pretty 5 out of them, from what you're saying.
Well, they already have the framework for. So when I'm working in UEFN, from the editor, I can launch it live, and it actually puts a live server up, and people can join it multiplayer if they're signed up as part of my team. So I can have a team of 30 developers and 50 playtesters. So if anyone wants to sign up, there's links on my Twitch page. But any of those people can join live while I'm in editor and edit in game. Oh, also it has source control. So if people also want to open up to editor and work on the same project, that's also possible out of the box. You don't have to set up Perforce, no GitHub. So you can work with teams out of the box. So a lot of the difficult steps of setting up a collaboration between people have been removed and standardized. Like, you know, it even gives me a warning if I haven't submitted anything to source control within 24 hours. So it even bugs you. Like, it's all done for you. They're building because it's basically the same structure for every game developer. You set up Perforce, you share the Perforce with your team. You know, it's all the same. So they've been making games for a long time, and they've been making engines for a long time. And they're just removing, just like if you compare Unity to Unreal Engine, Unity, you're going to have to make your own movement component. You have to make everything. Unreal Engine provides you most of that stuff because they know that you're going to have a character in your game. They know you're going to be moving around.
Yep.
You know? So they're just taking it to the next level and applying it to the metaverse.
Nice. Nomori wants to know, what are the pros and cons of with deving collabs?
Deving collabs. So my biggest issue with deving collabs is not having a goal. That's it. Without having everyone working on the same goal, it's just, what are you working on? And then it just turns into a giant feature creep mess where it's just too much for people to handle. Then you start, too many bugs to even keep up with them all. Yeah, without a real... See, it's all good when people start. Everyone's brainstorming. We got ideas. We start writing them down. We start doing it. But then when it comes to the implementation of it, it still doesn't have... I don't know. A lot of people don't have a game design document.
Okay.
And they don't have a plan. So, and then if you don't have a plan, someone has to be the team. Like, someone has to step up and be the lead and have a plan.
Yeah.
and that's it. It's just without a plan, you know. It's I don't know. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as the like, I usually don't run into like issues with working with the team members or any like conflicts when we submit stuff, because Perforce prevents any kind of conflict with overwriting people's files and stuff like that. Now that's one of the things I always worry about
Okay.
is someone destroying hours and hours of work that I put in because we don't have a backup and we don't have source control. Like I've had a lot of people ask me to work on projects, and I'm like, okay, so you know, where's the Perforce? And they're like, oh, we're gonna use Google Drive.
No.
And that's when I have to say no. I'm like, no, we're not gonna use. I can't do it.
Yeah, they'll just overwrite everything. Yep.
It's just source control. You need to be able to roll stuff back if there's a mistake.
Yep.
And you don't want to be ruining somebody else's work. You know.
True.
So I don't know. So collaborations. I've done other collaborations where people just disappear and they don't do any work on it. I've been in a bunch of projects where I end up being the only person working on it.
That sucks.
Yeah. So it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people have their lives, you know, I understand, and you can't dedicate your life to a project that's not producing anything, you know.
Sounds like a class project. True, Namari. True.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of the collab projects are just, you know, I don't know. They just like throw it out there, and I should probably realize that if they're just throwing it out there and inviting anyone, they probably don't have an idea what they want. Because if they did, they'd probably have an idea of the people that they want too.
Yep. Yep. No, I mean, yeah, that works, and it's also, you know, some devs out there, like Lethal Company recently came out, and allegedly that's only a single dev. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't know. I believe it. Could be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the gameplay of it is pretty, as far as I know, is pretty simple. It's exploration and gathering, right?
Yep.
And it's similar to horror games. Is it a horror game? Would it be considered a horror game?
I don't know, Gatos. What would you say? It's sort of, because there's aliens that are out to kill you, type of thing. I don't know if I'd consider it a horror game,
but it has a lot of the mechanics from it, and
it has a lot of mechanics. Yep, but it's more a multiplayer goofiness with a high luck stat type of thing. Okay. So, it has horror aesthetics, at least. True, no more true. Okay. Wow, so you've been deving for a long time, doing cool stuff, and then what made you decide to stream?
having a lot of free time, and I was hoping to meet other developers who would want to work on projects. This is going to be my opinion here.
Okay.
But what I've found is a lot of the developers who stream, they're streamers before developers.
Okay. Not developers before streamers. Yep. Makes sense.
Or yeah. So they'll be working on. I don't even know. So a lot of them are. I've been making games. So let me see. I've been on Twitch maybe the past couple years, right?
Yep.
Like streaming as a VTuber or doing development on stream.
Hmm.
Like I'm sure I did gaming years ago, but um, it's just I've put out more games. I don't. It's just crazy. I see these people working on the same game
Hmm.
for 2 years,
Yep.
and I still don't know what their game is, what the gameplay is, because they're selling people the fantasy of it's a game that does everything.
AKA, I don't know what I'm doing with it. Okay. I see what you're saying.
It's an RPG. It's gonna be multiplayer. And it's just like, okay, that's and a lot of people are streaming to try to find investors.
I didn't realize that
So I
aspect
was
of it.
trying to stream to find people to collaborate with,
Hmm.
and a lot of people are just stuck on their own thing. They want to be the solo developer. They want to be in control of their own project. So I haven't found many people who want to collaborate. It's kind of weird
Yep.
because everyone's all like for their own thing, you know.
Yep. And like Smokescreen said, he called me out. I'm a streamer before a developer. Like I was streaming before I started, you know, really getting into Unreal, and I know very little. I know enough to be dangerous, that's for sure. Um, but I don't know. I make it a goal to keep learning, and like I'm still running in engine. I guess you're right. I could potentially optimize if I exported it out of engine, but I don't know. This is how I go. This is how I'm working. Yep. So.
Yeah,
Um,
well, like I said, I exported it because I have limitations,
mhm.
my resources and stuff. So,
Yep.
and I've been doing it with the games. That's like one of the first things I do is package my game,
True.
like
Okay.
early. I put the plugins in I need to get it started, and I package it because if it doesn't package, there's no point for me to keep going. Like I
Okay.
package early.
Okay. Okay. Um, so you started streaming to try to find other devs to work on projects with. So then, what do you typically stream then, or what do you typically content, and what do you create on your stream?
Um, so a lot of times, lately, what I've been doing is developing my city scene. So it's basically a New York block. But I would do that with the engine open and
Mm-hmm.
just stream it like that. And then when I was talking to people on stream or talking to the chat, I would fire it up. Oh, actually, you know how it is. Your character's live in the engine too.
Yep.
So I would just turn the camera facing the character, even if I was in engine, and just talk to the screen like that. So I would stream a little bit of code, a little bit of interaction with the bot, and then play some music and let chat interact with stuff.
Oh
I
wow.
don't know. I'm not a big streamer. I stream different stuff every time. Like when you brought up the random shout out, I didn't have a clue what it was going to be.
Don't worry. A lot of people don't have an idea what it's going to be either.
Like I said, I used to stream Magic the Gathering as like a Grim Reaper guy.
Mhm.
I used to stream as a dragon. And the dragon one, I was just most of the time I just do development. So every
Okay.
time I stream in, it's usually software development,
Software dev streams. Okay.
and I'm usually just working on something.
Hmm.
And I'm working on something new every couple months.
That's neat. Okay. Well, since you're doing software dev, how do you interact with your viewers, and what kind of community have you built around your stream?
Um, see, I don't know. I don't like as far as interactions. They I don't know. I usually stream to like one or two people, so I don't know how to answer these questions.
Well, I'm sure like somebody pops in the chat and probably says, "Hey, what are you working on?" Like you just talk to
No,
them casually, or
most people are people that I hang out in their chat anyways. That pop in, they lurk, they'll say hi.
Mhm.
You know, play with the toys a little bit, and then that's about it.
Okay, but that's still you know building new interactions. So like you have toys. Tell us about those toys.
What do you mean? Like, I change them every stream. They're different. Like, I don't know what to say.
What? Every
Like,
stream, it's a different interaction the chat can
I don't have
enable.
any attachment to anything. I really don't have any attachment to anything.
Okay, and then the kind of
So,
community.
like, I had a command where you could say, "Look out a white van," and
Mhm.
there's a white van in the alley, and some guy would shoot a bullet out, and it might hit me, it might not. And then I'd get ragdolled and fall over the streets and shit and whatever. But then I changed it to next week was like you type "look out a white van," it would come flying down the road, it hit me and ragdoll me across the road, stuff like that. I added the graffiti so emotes used to just pop up in chat and stuff like that, and I was like, oh well, whenever someone does an emote, I put it as a graffiti on the wall, stuff like that. I don't know. And that whole scene I probably made a couple months, like beginning in January. So far this year I've made 2 Fortnite maps. If you count December, I made the Hannah Banana game,
Mhm.
and I've made my whole streaming setup with the AI character. Um, yeah,
That's
I'm busy.
you're
I make a
busy.
lot of stuff.
You just make it and play with it. Okay, but it sounds like you fostered a community of really tight knit streamer friends and or dev friends that just kind of hang out, and you're okay with that. You're okay with that. Uh, how often would you say you stream?
What was that?
How often would you say that you stream?
Once a month,
Once a month, maybe.
maybe once a week,
Once a week, maybe.
if
Okay,
you're lucky.
if I'm lucky. Okay. But when you're not streaming, does that mean that you're working on that dev content?
Yeah, I'm always got the engine open.
Got the engine open. Okay, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Like as soon as we stop here, I'm gonna open it up,
And go back
start a
into
new
it.
project, like
What?
start a brand new project.
Brand new.
I don't. What else am I supposed to work on? Something
Mm.
old?
Nope.
No, actually, I might double the size of my snowboard mountain.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's because I've done. I think I can make it bigger. I think it'd be more fun. I'll just double the size of it.
Okay. Um,
But other than that, I'll just start a new project after that. Like I said, there'll be new assets coming out in a couple days. Maybe they'll inspire something.
okay.
I do have a prototype that it's just sitting. It's just sitting. It's a multiplayer bullet heaven, I guess you'd call it. Kind of like a vampire survival game,
Okay.
but it's third person with cat girls.
This cat likes
And you
cat girls.
and you have a helicopter drone. So now in these vampire survivors, you have bullets coming out of your character, right? Well, in my game, you have a gun, and you have a helicopter drone that does like the auto firing. So you constantly have a drone that's auto firing, but you can also shoot also.
That's cool.
And it's gonna be full multiplayer. And I'm considering putting in the ability to download the Vroids. It's not an exclusive feature to the Miko app.
Oh wait.
Anyone can do it.
Like
Yeah, the download the Vroids at runtime from the marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2 pages of blueprints, if that.
Mm. So basically,
So
be able to
I'm
upload
considering
your VRM.
I'm
Basically.
considering turning my Vampire Survivor games into downloading the avatars,
Okay.
which I probably will do that. But I could also. So I've made multiplayer games. Most of my games have been multiplayer since the get go.
Okay.
It's just I found that I don't have the resource. Like my computer's not good enough to host a server,
Yep.
and that's where that kind of stopped. If I can't host a server, I can't rely on. So I am looking into other things like PlayFab or something like that, where I think I can get them to host a server. But multiplayer is real difficult, and without testing on a regular, it gets even harder.
Yep.
The more features you add, so it got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore. Where it's just, yeah, it didn't seem like the amount of time I was working on it and the amount of bugs I was running into without regular testing. It just doesn't seem like something I could continue doing. But like I said, I'll look into some PlayFab or something like that. So the Pumpkin Smash game I sent you the link for is a full multiplayer battle royale, asynchronous type of horror game. Like, not horror game, but basically it's a battle royale, but people could play as the pumpkins or the gremlins. The gremlins have, so how I have my mouth moving with the mic here, I have that all automated and replicated online. So what I'm thinking is I just open up a new project, make VR chat in Unreal.
That's
with
cool.
downloadable Vroids. It'd take me a month.
Take you a month
to get a prototype running where people could connect into the world with their own characters. Yeah, about a month.
Could you make
and
it
I
to
just
where...
make an interaction system, and then a generic interaction system with that fires functions.
Could you make it with quadrupeds?
Yeah. The imported at runtime, basically what it does is it's just running. So Unreal Engine's doing it, Fortnite's doing it. That's how you can import characters into Fortnite now. Is it just uses the IK rig?
Yep.
So all I would have to do is put one quadruped into the game, and then, or multiple, whatever. But that animation set would just be for, and you could just retarget any model to it. So basically, that's how I got the Hannah project done so fast. Those are all Lyra animations. So those are all the shooter animations from the Lyra project. And I just told it to use a different model. So basically, that's how everything's going to be in the near future. Everything's going to be hot swappable. Like, just change your character out.
Damn, that's a crazy future. That is a crazy future.
It's so you can do it in Fortnite. The VRM importers doing it at runtime. So it's people are doing it now. Basically, you just gotta standardize the IK rig or have. I've seen Python scripts that create it. It'll just scan the bone tree and it will just create a control rig from the bone names.
Yep.
Using Python.
Yeah, that's what happened to this cat. This cat broke the Micoverse because I'm a quadruped.
Have you ever retargeted your character to a humanoid?
No.
I do that. It's kind of funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a griffin character to represent Griffin more, but it's just a Griffin model that I just put in human animations. It looks funny.
Interesting. Okay. I was going to ask you the next.
So Griff was part of the big reason I got into VTubing.
Griff?
And he was one of the first people that invited me to collab.
Really? Who's Griff, or how do you spell it? I might shout him out just so I can take a look.
Griff, GRIFN
Type it in the chat.
MORE.
Type it in the chat.
Griffin Moore. I'll do it. Yeah. At Griffin Moore. So he's a real game dev. A real game dev.
So you actually did meet some game devs on this platform. Okay.
Yeah. He's a real game dev.
Okay.
He's working on a new project. No, this guy's a real game dev. He
works for a studio.
So here's one that everybody knows. Okay. That he worked on Skylanders.
Skylanders, okay.
How about the Mucinex commercial with the little green guys?
Yeah, little green guys.
He did the first commercial with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
He worked on. So if you go to YouTube and you type in worst NFT game ever,
mm-hmm.
He was on that team.
Okay. Not a flex, I know, but it is what it is.
No, if you played the game's good.
Oh, okay.
Just people hated the NFT thing.
Oh, okay.
Like it was a good game, and it was on the Gala Games thing. So I'm not gonna hate on it. Like they, just didn't. I don't know. It didn't work out.
Right,
it had a potential.
All right, I'm gonna shout him out, and we'll see what plays. Let's see what random
for a lot of
comes up. His should come up crazy.
And that's one of the things I was introspecting on.
So when I was working with Griff, we had a fully multiplayer
just how you spend your
VR
time.
world.
Mm-hmm.
He called it the Garden, and you could go on itch.io and get the client.
Okay.
And you could actually join while the stream was running, and you'd have your avatar. We probably had 8 to 10 different VTubers that had their own avatar. And then what ended up happening is my computer couldn't handle multiplayer, high definition models, and basically the project didn't have any kind of standard set
or any type of optimization type of thing.
Right, no optimization, and it just started. My computers just couldn't handle it. Eventually,
that's how Power feels right now.
Yeah. So it was cool for a while, and it's just like too many features, too many characters, and it's just, and it was like new feature requests every week. Like we never finished the other ones. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just started we'd come up with a new idea, we'd start working on it. We didn't flesh out complete the other one, but we're already working on something new. It was going everywhere, and in the long run, Griff unfortunately had a loss in the family.
Okay.
And he had some health issues, I think, and he just stopped streaming for a bit.
Yep. Okay.
And he had to find a new job because the Drifter game with the NFTs, wasn't that successful.
Gotcha.
But the IP he's working for now is a well-known IP with a huge amount of lore, so it should be a great game. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, the next.
He's a technical animator.
Oh.
So he's basically building the pipeline for the animation team and the workflow, and helps them learn.
That's pretty cool.
I assume that's what he's doing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The next question I have for you, I think you kind of answered already. It was, how has streaming impacted your game development career? And it sounds like not at all, because you just do it whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, it hasn't helped it. It hasn't like hindered it. Well, actually, streaming does hinder it. Like, it's hard to stream. Okay, I don't know if you've ever been in a flow state while you're coding, or ever heard of it.
Or you're just like in the zone, basically, just like focusing.
I don't know. I could just write code like it's sentences,
Oh
like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
speaking.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it just flows out of you. Like you don't even have to think about it. So that's hard to get into a flow state while you're streaming.
Okay.
So you're trying to pay attention to chat, you know, and then you're trying to like keep the content like viewable. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
so where it's just not just painful to
like
watch.
I'll be
Yeah.
switching from open the program, test the thing real quick, close it, open something else up, close it. Like you're not to have people follow along and try to explain what you're doing. Just adds another layer to it, and it drains me. I get
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah, it takes focus to multitask, is what Namori is saying, which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true. Yeah.
So
Okay.
like when I'm just coding, I can usually get a lot done
hmm
because that's all I'm focused on. You know.
Okay. I'm gonna double up on these other questions. I'm gonna ask them in two different ways. So,
Okay.
what advice would you give someone interested in starting a Twitch channel?
Let's see. Think what for advice for starting a Twitch channel. Turn off the view counter.
Turn off the view counter right off
Yeah.
the bat. Right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat, because you're gonna be streaming to nobody for a while.
Okay. Okay.
You know, and even and then people got to keep their heads straight. You know, let's say you become a 1K Andy for a month. Don't get depressed because you go back down to 100.
Yeah.
Because it happens to everybody.
Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to ask the same question, but what advice would you give someone interested in becoming a dev? Like, no dev experience at all? What would you tell somebody?
Find something you want to make.
Okay.
You're not gonna want to learn code just to learn code without having an end goal of what you're trying to make. You're just learning. You're learning code. Like, how do I say it? Like it's easier to learn code to reach a goal.
Yep.
Like say you want to make an object move across the screen, whatever. If that's your goal, that's what you learn.
Okay.
And then you apply it. You want to learn things that you're going to apply because you don't want to learn a bunch of useless stuff that you're not going to apply to anything.
Okay. And
what code would I recommend someone to start with? What language? The verse language for Fortnite.
The verse will soon become the standard. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
And you could spend a year trying to learn C++, or you could spend a month learning verse and get the same results.
Yep. Okay.
Because you're still using the Unreal Engine, still using all the features. I can still use all the control rig, sequencer, VFX. All that stuff is still available. It's just in a simple language.
Yep. Cool.
And if Epic plans on supporting it, then I think it'd be the way to go.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know any billionaires that like to go up and stand on stage and make fools of themselves. So when he says that verse is going to be the metaverse and it's going to be, in the Unreal Engine 6 and integrated directly into it, I'm pretty sure he already has it figured out and has a team of people that are well ahead of the curve on it.
Yeah, they're already basically saying we're going to make this the standard, and we're going to beat everyone to market with it because we already technically have it behind closed doors type of thing.
Yeah, well, they know how to do it. They know they built the engine up from the ground, and now they're just rebuilding it with a different interface, a more structured. They're going to make it so you can't mess up things. And the review, like, so when you submit something to Unreal, to Fortnite, it has to work within the Fortnite universe.
Yep.
And pretty much the code is validated before you can even submit it. Like it's submitted, it's validated by the IDE before you even submit it. So you can't really even submit broken code.
Okay. Okay, so the next question.
I'm pretty sure, like Epic, you know, they got billions behind them. You know.
Yep.
I think the guy Tim Sweeney who made the speech has got like what 400 or 500 billion, something like that. Or is he? I don't know. I can't remember his numbers, but I know he's stupid rich, and stupid rich people don't go up on stage and announce things that aren't going to happen.
Somebody might make the argument for Musk, like, but a lot of times it's like, okay, well, they're still going to happen. It's just not going to happen at the time that he says it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. I think you kind of answered this already. How do you use your Twitch channel to promote your game development work? It sounds like you do dev streams like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, I'm not one of these people that promises like I don't know. It's weird because I see all these people. It's like they'll spend 4 hours and not write a line of code, but they're telling everyone that they're, you know, be ready, it's coming out, you know, get excited for it. And it's like, how long do you expect people to wait? One guy, I asked him, I said, hey, if I buy a shirt from your merch shop, I said, will the silk screen fall off before the game comes out? Know what he told me?
Brutal. He's all probably.
Know what he told me?
He probably told you.
He said, take care of the shirt.
Take care of the shirt.
That means he knows the game's not coming out.
Exactly.
And then he's just selling merch for a game that's never gonna vaporware, they call it.
Oh, vaporware. He's selling you vaporware. Nice.
There's so many game devs on this stream set up that's selling vaporware.
Shameless.
They're selling a dream. They're selling a dream. I try not to deceive people.
Yep. Okay.
You know, if I'm gonna make something, I'm gonna make it. Like, I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna make it if I get $1 million investment. Like, that's kind of like a lot of these people are like, yeah, look at me, I'm coding, it's sloppy, it's not even multiplayer, but I'm telling you it's a multiplayer game. I'm writing some sloppy code. Once I get an investor, I'll hire someone to make it, rewrite the whole thing. Like they're literally streaming, trying to get investors, trying to get their Kickstarter. Yeah.
Hey Timo, welcome to the stream. I do not have any TTS commands, but I do have sound alerts as well as stream stickers that you can explore to do some type of TTS interaction if that's what you're looking for.
So this might sound crazy, but I think I found a potential investor for one of my games.
Really?
Yeah, but they don't know it yet.
That's even crazier.
Yeah. So Twitter, I seen a picture of some art that PewDiePie drew, and it's the 3 anime girls from my game. Like literally, I already have the game made. Prototype. It's just the AI is weak and it just doesn't have, like, I want to improve the AI and stuff like that, and the animations are kind of clunky. But literally, if I showed him that game, it's already made, Like it's already playable. It's just like the waves aren't set up correctly and stuff like that. It just needs some tuning. Like it's a full prototype. It works, and I have the characters in there, and it's literally the 3 characters that he drew.
That's
And he's
bizarre.
and think about how much money he's got.
He's got more money than he knows what to do with. That's for sure.
And I'm pretty sure he's got a gaming company already.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he's invested in games and knows what game potential. You know what I'm saying? What potential is there?
Yep. Oh, there you go. If you blow up, you gotta come back after you blow up with PewDiePie and do another.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's a dream. It's just a coincidence that I was like, wait, he just drew a picture of the characters of my game, and it was literally all 3 of the characters.
That's
same
bizarre.
hair colors, same style, and I'm just like, wait a second, this is unreal. Like I was just like, so if I showed him this game, he would think I copied him.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Namori says, I'm the same. I prefer to show what I create rather than talk about it before I'm done or have some progress for teasers. Interesting.
Yeah, like this snowboarding thing I made.
Mm-hmm.
I literally went dark. I haven't gone online. I barely talked about it, like, because I don't want people. The Fortnite creative scene is crazy.
Oh.
If you make something and it's any good, it gets copied the next day. Exactly, you won't even know the difference when you see the thumbnail.
Wow, shameless.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, oh, it's too much money. Too much money involved.
Yeah, too much money to be had.
So I've already decided my focus is not Twitch.
Oh,
it's purely Fortnite.
Fortnite. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
My goal is to make a map every month. So I got 2 out this year. So
we're already ahead. Already got ahead. Nice.
I just need one of them to go viral.
That's cool. Well, Gatos might be able
now, are you familiar with the creative market or the creative games that are available on Fortnite?
Nope. Not whatsoever.
Oh my god. They're complete trash.
Oh?
Okay. I know someone who makes $10,000 a month. Do you want me to explain the gameplay of his map? It's called Mega Jump Ramp.
You just do
There's a platform with all the vehicles available in the game and a giant jump ramp.
And that's all you do? Is ramp?
And that's all you do. Yep.
And he makes tons of money because people are using his map.
$10K a month.
$10K a month. That's not bad at all. $120K a year? Or something you probably took you...
It took him a week.
A week? That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool. Wow.
So you get a penny per play.
Nice. It's scary.
So if you got a game with thousands of players, you're banking. It's all done.
Banking. Namori says it's scary to just work towards one game. Do you feel Fortnite is still so big that it's worth working with?
I'm not sure. Scared to work towards one game. I'm working towards something with something that's already established and out there. People who are trying to make their own RPG or their own MMOs, they're the ones working towards one game for 10 years to never get it done. Like, the amount of time you spend on... I work with only the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, but I guess like you've technically you have done multiple games because you probably did Fortnite stuff and you did the HANA thing, right?
Yeah, I spit out games all the time. I don't know. Like, I got a procedurally generated dungeon crawler where you play as the dragon. Like you're just the dungeon dragon, and you just go around and it's a procedurally generated dungeon. You fight skeletons and stuff. I don't know. I just make stuff and put it out. Like, people want to play it. It's cool if they don't. I don't advertise either.
Wow. That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I wonder how much of it is actual dev and then how much of it is marketing.
It's all marketing.
It's all marketing. Okay, that's
Yeah,
why
in my opinion.
so somebody
Because
could,
okay, check this one out. Same
okay.
guy with a jump map. His
Okay.
other map makes the same amount of money. It's called Uwu Gun Game.
Ooh, gun game.
The thumbnail is Grimace drinking a shake. The map is a marketplace Tokyo map
Okay.
with a toon shader on it,
Okay.
making bank.
Make it bank.
Yeah.
And you just spawn in with
I
a
don't know what the
traditional
hell.
Fortnite.
Oh, and the
character.
new one came out. I should have listened to my son. My son was like, "You need to make a game called The Gyat and the Rizzler."
The Gyat and the Rizzler. Okay.
And the Gyat gun game makes 12,000 a month
Damn.
just because it says Gyat and it has a big booty chick on the thumbnail.
Probably. That makes
No,
sense.
I know so. Because a gun game just literally means it's one shot kill with a gun rotation. So after you kill someone, you get a new gun, or if you die, you get a new gun, and it's one shot kills. So that's what gun game means. So basically, it's just a map with a toon shader.
Sex cells.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, the other
True
one,
no more.
and then put a skibidi toilet on there. You're golden. You know, whatever's the newest thing that week.
Yeah.
What did I say? There was one like Ninja gets a haircut. Like that was like a meme for like a day. That shit had thousands of players on it, and all it was is a thumbnail of Ninja getting a fade.
That's hilarious.
So it's crazy. They're working on it. They're trying to change the discovery page because it's getting ridiculous of how generic
Clickbaity.
everything is, and everything just looks this cookie cutter the same, and the easiest way to do it is just copy a thumbnail because kids don't read.
There you go. Has anyone made the Rizzler?
I haven't seen it yet, but like, man,
There
like
you go.
literally know your
There you
memes.
go. Know
My
your
friend,
memes.
you know why his jump ramp is so good? He changes the thumbnail every week or so to whatever the newest meme is.
Whatever it is, that's funny.
So
That's funny.
he's
the
got a
same
picture of
ramp.
a car. He just changes the face of the person on the other side of the ramp.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So he's got a big jump ramp, and you jump over a person's head. So he has all these characters in a line, and you jump over all the characters. And then he even has a secret back rooms where it's like if you jump far enough, you can get to the entrance, and it unlocks the secret back rooms, and it's just the back rooms level from the marketplace.
Oh,
But kids love secret stuff.
yep. That's pretty cool.
Back rooms, it's a meme itself. So it's really too bad that like the people who put effort into creating stuff on Fortnite don't get the exposure that they deserve. So a lot of people are just YouTubers or Fortnite players or professional Fortniters that hired someone or created a studio to make their games, right? And they're always on the top of the list. And it's hard to it's going to be hard to bump them out if it's all listed by what is it called, engagement,
Okay. Okay.
It's a weird market, and it's really competitive, and there's tons of, like, 40% of all the Fortnite money. So whatever Fortnite makes in a year, 40% of it goes to all creative creators, and it gets divided evenly based on engagement.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So there's a lot of teenagers running around with loaded pockets right now.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
It's kind of like Roblox, but I think it's better. Like, I wouldn't. I wouldn't invest in Roblox. That's for sure.
Nope. That's for
Aren't
sure.
they a publicly traded company?
Mm,
I believe so.
I think so too. Yep.
Which is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Has any viewer been in your stream and given you feedback on your game development, and it actually been good feedback that you've incorporated?
What I've found is people don't have time to play my games. They're too busy doing their own thing.
Yep.
Like, I asked a lot of people to play test my Hannah game.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who didn't play test it was removed from my friends list and follow list.
What?
So I cleaned up my shit this new year.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't got enough time to even test my game, I got no time to even waste on you. Like, for real. I'm asking someone 5 minutes of their time to download a game.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your feedback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't got time for that, I got time for you.
Well, I did download it. I tried to install it, but then my Windows Defender went like psycho on me.
Yeah. No, you at least downloaded it, and I understood that you downloaded it.
Yep.
And you're still on my friends list.
Okay. Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, people download it and you get that pop up and you're like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. But at least you downloaded it. Some motherfuckers were just like, nah, I ain't gonna do it.
Wow. Cold.
I'm like,
Cold.
okay.
Cold. What's necessary to play test a game?
For the play test, I believe, let me get the link. I believe you just have to confirm your age with Epic Games.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, you're not confirming anything to me or anything to test on Fortnite. Where do I have where's the playtest link? Why am I not finding it? Oh, duh. It's a different tab. Playtests. So manage playtest group, add new playtesters. This is a crazy link, but I don't know if you're gonna allow my link, but you can allow it afterwards. That's it. That's my playtest thing.
Nope. Autobot already killed it. Can you put it either
I can
in
whisper
my,
it to you.
Yeah, put it in my or put it in my DMs or on Discord.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'll put it in the chat. Okay.
So once yeah. I was gonna say, once you're on the playtest thing, I think you might be able to go to the same page, and you can see what levels are available for playtests, and they'll give you the codes there.
That's cool.
I haven't had anyone volunteer to playtest. Like I said, it's just is weird. Just like, it sounds like you think you'd be able to get people to get involved on Twitch and get playtesters, but it's just, I don't know. I guess I need to stream more regularly, build a community, and that's how it happens.
Definitely. I think if you did that, I think it would I think that would help. Okay, so let me do this. Let me pin.
I don't know.
And then let's pin. Check. I'm gonna say Morrango playtest here. I'm gonna go semicolon, Control V, and then I'll hold that till the end of the stream. There we go. All right. So if you want to go test out Morrango's Fortnite stuff, here you go. Here's a link to. It'll ask you to sign into Epic, and you can take a look at his stuff. And yeah, help him out. Have fun with it. That's cool.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think I'll be making many more full games. Like I said, I'll be doing the Fortnite thing. The full games, like, to make a full game of the quality that I would want it, would take a long time. Like, you know,
You're not a studio. You're not a studio.
Yeah, I'm just one person, so
Just one person.
you
Yeah.
know I can get it done, but it just would be forever, and I don't know. I don't have forever. That's for sure.
Okay. Well,
I don't
that
get paid
that's
for this. I don't get paid for this, so it's just not like
less.
I can just milk it for a
Yep.
salary.
Yeah. So that dovetails into the next question. What are your future plans for your dev career and then your Twitch channel?
Well, let's
We'll
to be
start with the first
100%
part of that
honest.
dev
I
career.
was just gonna focus on creating Fortnite levels and learning Unreal Engine features because it's all gonna be the same eventually.
Mm-hmm. You're
Like
saying
it's the same regardless if I'm using Unreal or if I'm using UEFN. It's the same.
Okay. And then,
It's like I said, it's all the same control rig. It's the same VFX. It's the same widget creators. It's literally the same engine, with just a few limitations to make it more stable.
that's cool. And then, what's planned for your Twitch channel? Keep doing the same thing, or you're saying maybe potentially grow it to have more playtesters?
Yeah, I don't know. I probably just do the same thing. If I feel like turning on stream, I'll turn on stream. It's not. I don't know. You've met a lot of Twitch streamers.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Nope.
everyone's set their own goals and everyone's doing their own thing, and a lot of times it just ends up in some drama. Don't you do drama reviews? Oh wait, it's in your title.
It's in my title.
So, but you know, so I like to avoid drama.
Yep.
And if Twitch is full of it,
Then you're out.
we'll just avoid that.
All right.
Because like I can make games with or without Twitch because I don't market my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like my thumbnail is going to be the marketing. A little kid isn't watching Twitch. A little kid, like I got to put my stuff on TikTok if I want to get little kids. And actually, any game you make, your audience that you're targeting are kids. Especially if you're going to take 10 years to release your game.
True.
You better be targeting fucking kids. Oh, excuse me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to take 5 years to release your game. Mm-hmm. You better be targeting 13-year-olds so they have a job when they get out to buy your game.
Yeah.
Like, you think about it. Like, if you're a solo dev and you're like, I'm going to make this game. It's going to be out in 5 years. You better be targeting children. Because by your audience is going to outgrow your game. That's why I'm looking at these developers. It's like, you've been streaming development for the same game for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Your audience isn't even the same audience you had 2 years ago.
True.
So it's I don't even know.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So game development is streaming or not something I see going hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not much of a performer. I'm not, I don't like to put on a show.
Yeah, if your Fat Pickle says if you're playing a long-term game, you need to be looking towards the future trends and creating them, I'd say that's a good comment. That is a good comment.
Yeah, and I am looking towards the future, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Fortnite and Verse. And whether it's Fortnite and they release a new metaverse stable multiplayer servers, like, it's still going to be written on the Unreal Engine. It's not going to be Unity.
That's for sure. Okay. All right, let's transition. So I'm gonna shrink our scene, and then we'll start looking at some of the stuff you shared, and then you can tell us what we're looking at. So I'm gonna shrink over here. I'm gonna also trim the couch. Let's trim it up so you and I can take up less of the screen. Don't worry, I'll move you. Don't worry, I got you. Okay.
You read my mind.
Yep, don't worry, I got you. I'll shrink you down. My little strawberry friend. All right, so Let me go back to our conversation. So you sent me a lot of cool stuff. You sent me a lot of cool things. So I'm going to start with just the first thing you sent me, and then you'll have to tell me what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Paste and go. Here we go. So this was is this your first mod that you made for Quake 3?
So this is the Quake 3 mod that I was working on. So I only released a couple maps for it, but at the time I also hosted a server. So that was another thing I like to do I've done multiple times in my life is host 24/7 servers for games. So this one I hosted a leaderboard or ladder. And back in the day, you would go to the website, you would look at the leaderboard, you could challenge anyone above you on the leaderboard. It would send you an email, and then you would go to my server and do the fight. And because I got the logs on my server, they could just post a screenshot of who won, and I would update the thing and update the leaderboard for everybody.
Okay.
So this is basically all Dragon Ball Z until it got shut down in the Quake engine.
That's cool. That's cool.
So I don't know. The gameplay was kind of tough. If you weren't into Dragon Ball Z, the game it was like imagine two flies in the air fighting.
Yeah.
Just buzzing around each other super fast. It was crazy.
Super Saiyaning each other.
Yeah. And it was cool. It had all the abilities of this actual characters like Frieza and Cell and all the sound effects. And it had a customized so all the abilities were customizable through a config file. So you could even create new abilities and everything. It was definitely fun.
Wow. And this was back.
So definitely. Yeah, I was gonna say Quake 3 had some limitations. So doing outdoor scenes was still kind of hard to do.
Yeah, I was looking at this comment. This is from August 28th of 2011. So this goes back. This goes back some ways.
Oh yeah. You can actually still. I think you can still find a download for it, where it's like the full Dragon Ball Z version of it with all the characters from Dragon Ball Z, and yeah. So there was when Funimation shut us down, there was definitely someone compiled a leaked version of everything and put it together.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So it still lives somewhere, but it lives basically on a black market in a sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you sent me, it looks like a YouTube video, and you're calling this the soccer field?
Oh, so this is just a small soccer field. I figured you could just put up on the screen when I was talking about my soccer plugin. So I made a soccer plugin. There might be another link to it. But it was like soccer in Minecraft.
Wow.
You know, I'm so mad. Someone just made soccer in Fortnite. I'm so mad.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have made it, and they're getting thousands of plays.
Thousands of play.
Oh, it's soccer. Think about internationally how many people play soccer.
Yeah, if you did like American football, it probably wouldn't go very far.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
Okay, and then
and the game mechanics of soccer are easy for video games. Actually. Here's the actual plugin for it.
Okay.
And then, like I said, you could go into the comments and look where everyone's just asking, I need an update. Now, and then you figure that these are all servers, right? So someone already updated it and someone's selling it now. Like someone already ripped it and selling it.
That sucks.
Well, eventually I just posted the source code. I was tired of updating it. But look at that, 77,000 downloads and zero donations. I had people with servers that they were running and getting money from their servers, complaining to me that I needed to update the software for them.
When you weren't getting a penny.
I ain't getting nothing. So I was just like, nah, that's it. Here you go. Here's the source code. You guys do it.
Not even a coffee.
No.
Place to go. There's that website. Buy me a coffee. And then
Yeah.
this is you made Minecraft zombies.
Yeah. So fall damage, leveling up, guns, bandages, zombie meat. And so you got the zombie meat, you got the paper bandages, guns. I can't remember what I was using for ammo, but yeah,
Oh, I
there's a
needed the
multiplayer
sounds. Needed the
destroyed
zombie
city, and
sounds. Okay.
it had fall damage. You break your legs and you go slow, and like zombie type stuff, survival.
That's pretty neat. And then I think you sent me
I did have a
this.
soccer city world, which was pretty good. Now, when I hosted this one's good. This is a like railgun arena, so it's basically a first-person shooter arena, deathmatch.
In Minecraft. Wow, literally in Minecraft.
So, I had a server. I called it Keepers of the Sky,
Okay.
and it was out before Fortnite Creative. It was out before flying was involved. But my server was all floating islands, and everyone could fly on the server. PvP was allowed. If someone hit you, you could hit that person back. But if you killed someone who didn't fight back, you became a murderer, and you couldn't fly anymore. And my server was wide open, but because all my mods were custom, the hackers couldn't do anything when they came in.
Oh.
So basically, I had a mechanic where you could only build where you place down a lantern, and you could only build where the light hit. So people would come to my server and they couldn't do anything, and they didn't know that you need to put a lantern down. And they also didn't know that if you killed someone, you'd lose the ability to fly. It was funny because people come in, they try to harass my players, and they would just lose the ability to fly, and they would get stuck whatever island they're on. And I had factions rules, and it was PvP. So basically the rules were you can only fight people who hit you first.
Interesting.
And it played out pretty well. And like I said, hackers came to my server and they got owned because I wasn't running the normal stuff.
Interesting.
I had a jail to put them in. They couldn't move. It was funny.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, and then this is what is this? This is your dragon game.
Yep.
Drop
Dragon. This is my first Drubbing Dragons. My first. This is like the first project in Unreal. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a multiplayer game. So that thing in the middle is just like a speed booster. It's just a small little island map. I don't know if you got the volume up on it.
Oh, I turned down the volume. Sorry, from because the Minecraft
Oh yeah, this
one
one's got good sounds. Yeah.
Thought your Minecraft one was kind of loud. So I had to turn it down.
Oh yeah, the gunshots are crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So this is like your first tiptoe into Unreal.
Well, it's the first one where I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it multiplayer and actually get it done and test it and stuff.
That's cool, man. That's pretty
So
cool.
something like this, I could read. Like I didn't have much skill at making landscapes and stuff back then, so I could probably do this one much better. Actually, it came to the same thing, man. I couldn't get playtesters. It's like this was like one of the only playtesters that I did multiplayer.
Okay. Okay. Paste and go. Let me do this. This is your Dungeon Dragoon.
Yeah, so this one's like procedurally generated levels. This one I just made it for Halloween. Yeah, so you're the dragon that lives in the dungeon and you clean up the dead bodies, I guess. I don't know.
You just go around like it's the narrative is backwards. Usually you're a human or fighting against skulls and dragons. In this one, you're the antagonist cleaning up all the skulls. That's kind of neat. It's kind of neat.
So it's all procedural. So it started off with one room, then it goes to like 4 rooms, then 16 and 32, and
wow. Okay.
so like these ones will be real quick, and then the gate opens, and then so you kill all the enemies, then you gotta find the gate. typical like gauntlet style.
Okay. Gotta fight your way out, basically. Okay. That's cool. And then this one is your... oh, your pumpkin smash?
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
So this one I got a bunch of videos for, but this one is like it's got single player mode, multiplayer mode. There's a boss in the background. I never got to add in him.
Jesus, kind of like a gremlin-like creature.
You're a gremlin who works in a pumpkin pie factory, and pumpkins are coming to life.
And you gotta kill them. Interesting.
Yeah, smash the pumpkins. And you can vomit on them to slow them down.
This is pretty creative. Like, how did I don't even know how you'd go about the creative process for an idea like this. Like, were you just like
okay?
All
the assets came out on October last month, October 4th last year, and I released the game by October 30th.
Okay, so you just like...
And then everyone shit on me for using assets.
Oh, come on. Everybody uses assets now. It's the most cost-effective way now. Like...
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I made a post on Unreal Forums, like my first post on Unreal Forums with this game. They shit on me because I didn't take the high-res screenshot.
Oh, come on. Of course they're gonna throw stuff.
I was like, oh, thanks for teaching me how to take a screenshot. I thought this was a share your post thread, not educate people thread.
Alright, this is your Hannah game. You can now get it on itch, right?
Yep, it's available. This one's available for free. Anyone can grab this one. They can play it. It's very fun.
Banana. Yep.
It plays real nice.
That's
like
pretty
it's
cool.
a real fun game.
There you go.
You could play it stealth. You can run and gun. You can do whatever you want.
There we go. And then, oh, this is your.
So there's a video for that. I think somewhere at the end, the last link I put of Hannah playing it.
I think I'm trying. I'm getting there. Now I see Twitch Griffin Moore.
Oh, I didn't put it. I swear I put it.
Oh wait. Okay, Nerd Island VOD. Here it is. I just got to it. Yep. There we go. So let's watch Hana Banana play the game that Morrango made of her. God, don't make me watch ads, please. Don't make me watch ads. Switch. Oh, called it because I was not logged in. This is getting ridiculous.
So, Monster's got a new strawberry flavor.
Oh, really? Oh, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, so this game, if anyone wants to play it, it's free.
What's the squat for?
You can donate if you want, but it's definitely fun to play. It's only like 5-10 minutes of fun, but it's still fun warm up for shooter games, you know.
Yeah, and it
That
has
was not-
everybody's favorite resident
That
banana
was
in it.
not okay. I mean, like, okay. So here's the thing. I said
I did
was
want to
gonna
add
do
a
that.
volcano thing that went off on New Year's, but I figured it was too much work for something that was only going to happen once a year.
Because I was
Yep.
thankful, but
And I didn't know if she was going to be actually
that
streaming
wasn't
on
part
New
of the
Year's
deal,
or
just
you know what I'm
so
saying?
I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. I will do it, but it wasn't part of the deal. You should not feel entitled. You should feel thankful that you'd be like, oh, Hana is willing to do this because she is a good person. But you
So this
should not be like, if I
Bonanza
told her to
project
do
was
it
one of
or
my
something
most
like that,
successful
you
games.
shouldn't be like,
Yeah, got the most
how
visibility.
dare she doesn't do
Yeah,
this.
most
She
downloads, most
promised.
everything.
Wow.
But chat shaked on it without you. You did without me. That's not how deals work.
Man,
You should
Poppy
shake on it
Playtime's
with
popping
me.
off. There's a couple people playing it. That uses
Uh,
Unreal assets. Like, I recognize
I'm
them.
very thankful just to discuss. you.
There was something else. Oh, I think
Alright, well, we're gonna
Pal
play this
World's got a
game.
few too.
Power World
It's
has a
called-
ton of assets, dude. Ton.
I'm
It
like
even,
that. I'm like
it
that
even
whole cave looks.
T3
unapologetically
Nennard
tells
Island,
you
look at
when
you
you load
guys.
up the game, it uses a
poor
lot of
me.
Unreal Engine assets.
Yeah.
And
I'm
we have
just
to
like,
collect
ain't nobody
all
got
time
15
to-
bananas on this island
nobody got
without
time
dying to beat
to
it. Let's
do
hope
that
I can
stuff
beat
anymore.
It. Surely.
No, it's like you
15
could
bananas.
mega
Surely I
scans.
can
You
do
got
it.
you could photogrammetry. Like, yeah.
Right?
So I'm focusing on programming, and the game design. I'm not much
I'm
of a
gonna
game
post this
designer
one on
either,
Twitter
but
too.
you know you have to do some to make it a game.
Alright, and you're saying this took you a month.
This one
Basically,
made by...
it's because
Ah!
all I had to
Gotta
do.
collect. E.
I think about how many shooters I've made. If I made the the Dragon game was my first project, and this is probably like, I don't know, my 20th. You know what I'm saying? And most of them were all shooters because it was a shooter engine.
Yep.
All right,
To make
that
this
was,
wasn't anything new.
practice round.
Like none of it was new to me.
I'm gonna
Um,
also...
the newest thing was just generating the level. This is all randomly generated too.
Oh, really?
I
So I didn't
random.
place any of the rocks or the trees or anything. It's all just
Keep a break.
random.
And then we're
Even the
gonna get
island, I
going.
think,
We're
is
gonna
random.
beat this. Are you ready?
Wow.
like-
Are we
the-
ready
the
for
shape.
this?
It's all baked in. It's not like randomly
You're
every time you turn it on.
back.
But
Okay.
for me to create it real quick, I just like put in some settings, clicked it. I'm like, looks good. You know. So the animations and stuff like that were Lyra, and a lot of like the effects and sounds were Paragon assets. So a lot of people don't have good sound effects, or well, you're not going to hire a voice actor, right?
True. Yep.
And there's like 20 different Paragon characters, and they have all the voice lines for those characters included with them.
Gotcha.
So, you know, if you need a hit effect from a female character, and you go to Paragon, you got, you know, multiple female voices to choose from with hit effects.
Yep.
You know, heavy hit, soft hit, you know, even emotes and laughs, and like, you know, it's all there. Of course, it's all gonna like, you know, people will recognize it as an asset, and if it gets overused, it'll, you know, but it's there. So like, in that game, those were Paragon sounds.
Yep.
So it's all in the credits. So basically, the credits is less than a page. Most of it was assets, and
Yeah.
And because I know that they're there, I didn't have to search for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had an inventory of assets. I'm like, I could make this, and I know where the assets are. You know,
Yep. What about the Hannah
because a
model?
lot of time, what was that? The Hannah model was a VRM.
Yeah, but was it like a VRM that you found, or did you make it, or
It's a Vroid.
Vroid? Oh, so you went into Vroid, kind of put something together that kind of looks like Hannah? Or did-
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just went to Vroid. That's a default Vroid model. Changed the hairstyle. Did a little material editing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of the Vroid stuff just because it's standardized.
Yep.
And it works real well with the Unreal Engine.
Yep, and we can see.
And like I said, I'm looking into incorporating it into a game where people can upload their own skins.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I got at least one VRM kicking around. At least one. So, okay.
I could, you know, if I wanted to put one directly into a game, that'd be no problem. Like I could do that right now, really. My avatar, my city scenes, they're all VRMs. Like I've switched over to VRMs just because it comes with IK rig, and the IK rig instantly allows me to use other animations from other characters without retargeting. So basically, I have a big animation collection that's all set to the Unreal Mannequin,
Yeah.
and then I can just, instead of uh, duplicating all those animation files, I just retarget them live
Yeah. That
to,
makes sense.
to the model.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Once I found out Fortnite was doing it, that's when I was like, okay,
That's time.
obviously
That's my time. Yep.
it doesn't take up that much resources if they're doing it for 100 players on a map.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's just one extra skeleton, but it's also invisible, so it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's only doing position information, not rendering.
Yep. That's cool. Cool.
So, most of my interviews seems like a lot of technical information.
It was a lot. It is a lot of technical information. Like, you are way more knowledgeable. You think you have imposter syndrome, but in comparison to this cat, you are definitely not an imposter. You are, in my book, a full-fledged game dev.
Oh, I appreciate it. I guess I don't know. Have you
Yeah.
played my game? Oh no, so, man. I guess.
Oh, come on.
I guess you'll have to use your faith. I
Yeah.
guess you'll just have to believe.
I watched gameplay. I watched live gameplay on Hannah's stream, so that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Uh,
All right. I guess we'll transition to the part of stream where, chat or the gatos. You guys are welcome to ask Morrango some questions or throw some out in the chat, and we'll pass them on. I will ask you, something to kill some time. But what do you think of my world? My stream.
Well, as far as I know, I've only started watching since that Christmas stream when I came in.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only seen your virtual world with the dancing girls a couple times. And I maybe seen this TV set up once.
Yep. I also have a room.
Once.
I also have a room that I need to take down all my Christmas decorations.
So it is what it is. Like, I pretty much mine's the same thing. Like, I got dancing girls dancing in the background. Like, like people can spawn in as goth girls on my scene. So I don't know. It's pretty much the same thing. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what you're shooting for. Like, it's doing its job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I was like, I want to hear what a game dev thinks of my project, essentially. Even though it's only for YouTube, or it's only for YouTube/Twitch, purposes. But
I was gonna say it serves its purpose, and I could tell that your computer is not a beast computer. That's all.
No, it is
You know what I'm
not.
saying?
Yeah,
you're not running a 4090.
I am
This
not.
shit isn't flawless. Like, other than that, it's like it is what it is. Like, you created your own environment.
Right. Smoke clean.
I'm not trying to insult you. Like, I'm in the same situation over here. Like,
Yeah.
my computer barely runs it, and like, I wish I had something nicer to, because then I would not feel so bad about presenting myself online if it actually ran over 20 frames a second.
Yep.
But no, I know you can move your character around, which is cool. A lot of people can't do that. Like, a lot of people just have a static thing that maybe teleports,
Yep.
but yours is movable. So that means you got to play a character.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you have, like, they could just be stationary meshes playing animations. I don't even know if you have an animation blueprint rotating or anything.
No, I have an animation blueprint, and this cat has a full rig.
No, I meant for your background dancers.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, no, they have their own animation blueprint.
Because I haven't noticed if they change, or you know what I'm saying, throughout the stream. Or
no, they have a. It's just they're doing an idle animation, and I just made the dance sequence their idle animation. But they are all playable characters. Technically, I could switch into them.
Oh yeah, they're child
play it.
classes and stuff.
Yeah, like I could.
Um,
They
so
have
there
their
is
own.
a random animation node. You could just plug in multiple animations in to one node
Mhm.
and just put their dance and their idols into that.
But would it motion warp?
Yeah,
Motion warp
it'll
all of
blend.
them.
You can set the blending and all that. So it's a random animation node, and over on the details, you'll have the percent chance that this one's going to happen, whether you want it to repeat, whether you want it to just wrap through the list. Yeah,
Okay, so
and you can set blend in times and blend out times for each ones.
random animation mode with.
So I do that for a lot of my dancing characters are just so they have more than one dance animation, you know.
Times. Yep. Yeah. No, that would be cool because I would like. Right now, all the girls they're synced a little bit. I guess if I ever did like a big scene, they could all be doing like different types of dances, type of thing. I don't want to look like too chaos, but kind of like a club where people are kind of dancing at the same time, but not everyone's doing exactly the same dance, type of thing.
You want to know what I did do for that one? So I used to have a nightclub where I would DJ as a Grim Reaper, but
Okay.
and everybody in the club was zombies.
Mhm.
And I had a zombie for Boom. I had a zombie for Endeavor, Dead Sun. Like everyone had their own zombie. Like they all represented. Like Endeavor, I put a TV on his head. Boom zombie was in a box.
Yep.
Dead Sun's had a tentacle coming out of his mouth. Yeah, so everyone had their own dancer. Basically, I would just play music, but I had all the lights. So basically, I was actually doing the light show.
Oh. Okay.
I had all the lights, the strobe lights, the pyrotechnics, all hooked up, the lasers, to my MIDI controller. And I had a tap sync. So I could tap a button and sync it to the music. And I would turn the knobs and the sliders on the MIDI controller to match the music, set the mood, change the colors of the lights. And all the dancers had physical animations. This is where I was getting to. They all had physical animations on them, or physics blending into the animations. So as they're doing their dance moves, their physics would take over a little bit. They would lean forward or lean backwards.
Okay.
So even two people playing the same animation wouldn't look exactly the same.
Oh. Okay.
And I would also have like a slow random rotation. So you're kind of just turning so that they're not always facing the same direction when they're dancing. But it was real slow and barely noticeable. Just like when people are really dancing, you know? It looked real good. And then I put in an ability where people could, what did I call it? It wasn't, I think I called it like slurp juice, like from Fortnite. You could get slurp juice and then oh no, I called it slump juice.
Slump juice.
Yeah. You could redeem it with channel points and your character would get more slumped over. So basically I would just turn up the physics.
Oh.
And then eventually if you did it enough, you'd be dancing around like a fentanyl zombie, half bent over,
Oh, jeez.
just shaking and twitching, and yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
was pretty cool.
That's pretty crazy. Awesome.
Yeah, it was a grimy looking nightclub too. Trash on the floor, people passed out. You know, like a real nightclub.
True.
Oh man.
Okay.
So that was fun, but the problem with that is doing the light show for 4 hours was a lot of work.
That you're saying that was 100% manual. Yeah. That'd be tiring.
So
Yeah.
I did that I did it once a week for like 3 streams. And then then I have to find new music.
Yep.
Because I didn't want to repeat the music, and then it's like the 4 hours of me turning knobs, and there was like no break of like, because when a song changed, I have to change the mood of the music, the lighting. So it turned into more work than I wanted it to be.
Yikes.
It was fun. It was definitely fun. Like it was a good time. Like it was cool. It was like hanging out at a club, but when you're actually doing the work,
Yep.
Uh,
Definitely. Definitely. All right. Well, I think this is where we're gonna do the big outro, the end
mm-hmm.
the interview, and we'll say bye to YouTube. So, everybody, this has been Morango. We've actually got to hear from a badass dev that is completely just doing whatever he feels like, working on whatever project he feels like, living the dream. Not tied down to some studio, and sometimes comes onto Twitch just to show it. You know, just whenever he feels like it. I kind of envy the streamers that do the whenever I feel like it attitude, because you know I'm on 4 days a week and I'm always looking for content and stuff. So I'm
Yeah,
doing the
looking for
grind.
contart's difficult.
Yep, I'm always doing the grind. And whereas you're like, nope, I'm gonna go do what I want. So that's pretty awesome, man. So, all right, everyone, say thank you, Morango. Bye, YouTube. Good seeing
Thanks
you.
for the interview.
Thanks, YouTube. All right, where's my stream ending? Bye, YouTube and Morango. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow my Kick. Still trying to get affiliated on Kick. If anybody can follow me on Kick, I'd appreciate it.